I wanted to share my thoughts on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a game that truly is an experience like no other, and I have so much to say about this game. One of the things I love most about the KCD2 is how alive the world feels. Sometimes I just spend entire gaming sessions messing around, saving my progress, doing something crazy, and then reloading to see what happens. It's an amazing experiment with different actions to see how people in the game react. The game feels dynamic and every decision seems to matter. But more than anything, the real star of the game is its storytelling. For years I have talked about how video games often miss the mark when it comes to writing dialogue. Many games try sounding deep and poetic, but instead the conversations feel forced or unnatural. Writers try to use fancy words and complicated phrases, but this only makes the dialogue feel artificial. In real life, people do not speak in riddles or long metaphors all the time. They just talk like normal human beings. This is where KCD2 really shines. The game has an amazing voice acting and natural and believable conversations. The characters feel like real people, and because of that you actually start to care about them. I've never played the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, so I went into KCD2 with fresh eyes. The relationship, as an example, between Henry and Hans is one of the most enjoyable aspects of the game, at least so far that I've noticed. At the start it just seems like a TV drama. It's pretty damn awesome. The two characters get into the silly situations and you wonder what kind of troubles they will get into next. But as the story becomes more serious and the stakes rise, you start to care deeply about what happens to them. Hans is absolutely brilliant in the game. He's one of the funniest characters that I've seen in quite a while. So for KCD2 to have this level of humor is quite impressive, at least that is what I think. The writing, the acting, the dialogue all work together perfectly. But I do not want to give all the credit to Hans alone. Henry, the main character, has a lot of depth as well. The game explores his personal struggles, his emotions, and his relationships. The story is still about his father's sword, but as things progress, you realize that Henry is on a much deeper journey. His quest for revenge, his personal growth, and his struggles make him a compelling character. One really cool thing about KCD2 is that the game does not always tell the story from Henry's perspective. There are moments when you play as other characters like Godwin, which helps make the world feel even more connected. This storytelling approach allows the game to emphasize different important characters and give the world more depth. It also adds more variety to the gameplay, which is actually quite a welcome addition. The way KCD2 creates a living, breathing world is genuinely impressive. Every character has a home, a schedule, and relationship with other people in the game. You can break into their houses, steal their belongings, and even get caught wearing them. And if someone recognizes that it's just something you stole from them, they will report you to the guards, and you can end up in trouble. And on top of that, you have ways of actually just retaliating or whatever which way you want to do. Just make up bullshit, attack right there on sight, run away, or whatever you want. It's pretty damn awesome. This kind of level of realism is what makes KCD2 stand out from other RPGs. And one of the best things about this game is the level of choices it gives players. The developers, Warhorse Studios, have done an incredible job of designing quests that allows for multiple of solutions. For an example, imagine you need to get inside a castle. Most games would give you, I'm not sure, maybe 1 to 2, maximum to 3 options for the objective. Like just basically getting your way inside the specific castle while it's guarded or it's just locked off. But in KCD2, it actually offers multiple ways to achieve that goal. You could steal a key, disguise yourself, climb through the window, well, of course, that's more or less of a typical approach. Or, if you want, like the most typical, it is just simply finding your way inside. The game encourages you to be creative and think outside of the box. The quest in this game feels natural and open-ended. Instead of giving you a checklist of tasks, the game simply presents a challenge and lets you figure out the best way to handle it for yourself. This kind of design makes quests feel more rewarding and engaging. It also means that every player can have a slightly different experience based on their choices. Now, I want to talk about something important. I honestly have not yet finished KCD2 yet. And this is why this is my first impressions on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And it's important for me to clarify that I already have played about 20 hours, give or take, of this game, and I don't believe I'm nowhere near of ending this game. You know, I want to also mention that first thing I kind of learned about this game is that you can't just simply rush this game. You know, this game demands your full attention. And this is the reason why I decided, okay, I'm going to bring in my first impressions first, and then whenever I'm ready, I'll give my full proper review. Of course, if you're the type of player who likes to juggle multiple games at once, you might struggle with this game, unfortunately. It's just that massive, and actually requires patience and focus. I realized that I need to clear my schedule and dedicate myself fully to the game to truly enjoy it, but unfortunately with my life circumstances, I can't yet enjoy a full proper game at the moment. But again, I know for a fact that I will finish this game sometime soon. And the second thing I also kind of realized about KCD2, it's not a game that you can kind of play casually. You know, some nights I just want to sit back, relax, and just play the game, right? Play any game. But then KCD2 is unfortunately not one of those games that kind of does not require me of not really thinking about it. It asks a lot of you. Right? Some quests are slow and methodical, requiring you to do simple but time-consuming tasks like carrying heavy objects or shoveling shit, basically. It might not sound exciting, but that's just the part of what makes the game feel real. You know, I want to say that I don't believe that this game kind of respects your time, but that's understandable. It is purposely done so you slow things down. You know, you just might start playing with a specific goal in mind, but unexpectedly events will constantly change your path. One thing I wish KCD2 had was a third-person perspective. I love playing games in third person, and I think having that kind of option would add another layer to the experience. While the first-person perspective helps with immersion, I personally would have enjoyed the ability to switch between the two. Hopefully this is something that the developers consider for the future updates or perhaps even a sequel. I kinda doubt that we will even see ever a third-person perspective for KCD2 or KCD3 in that case, but nevertheless that's just my personal opinion. Now there's also can be some of the occasional visual issues, and the game's slower pace and deliberate tedium will not be for everyone, like mentioned a little bit, but I appreciate it for adding into the realism. Now, KCD2 has an incredible story set within the grounded history, featuring shining performances from Tom McKay and Luke Dale. The masterfully composed soundtrack, gorgeous scenery, and huge step in graphical achievement makes it a standout experience, along with its deep and complex RPG mechanics. You know, in the future, as soon as I finish the game, I will have, like mentioned, my full proper review. But for now, KCD2 is a game that demands commitment, but I think it rewards you with one of the best RPG experiences. It's not perfect, but it is something truly unique, and I cannot wait to see where my journey in this game takes me next. And at that, thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe. See you guys all, and have a wonderful day.